I've got to start with a pencil sketch for a change. It's not actually a radical change, but it is for me because I've been using these soluble inks for quite some time now. So it's nice to use a pencil again. Start with a nice big brush. Do the light wash on the buildings, and it's going to match the sky. So I'm going to have a little bit of blue, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just enough to give it a tinge. Tinge? Tint. Whatever. Right. Nice. Very thin wash. So that looks. Should actually have this on a slope for this. Let it run down. It goes just into there as well. Let's just go straight across that. Don't worry about it. Just a flat double wash, and then we can whack that into there as well. So that's our light. Okay, there's not much and a darker blue. I'm just going to put some darks into the sky. And just let the paint do the work. Because I know if I do it, I'll mess it up. Stop fiddling. Stop fiddling. I think that's okay. So I'm just going to take a paper towel, which I actually remembered this time. Let's see what happens if I just take a bit out of there. Define that edge at the top of the cloud a bit more. Because we've got a nice defined edge here, but this didn't work out so well. Ooh, and the paper's disintegrating. Because this is not proper watercolour paper. Let's just leave it there. I'm just putting a bit down here just to throw a bit of colour around. Because this is all got, down the bottom is going to be quite messy and jumbled. So hopefully that will help. Because it's going to be a jumble of darks and lights and this and that and so. Alright, next let's do the church. There's lots of, I want to say yellow. So when you look at this photograph, it's one colour, and you look at the actual photograph itself, it's a lot more intense because my printer's not very good. So get a bit of red in there, get a bit of warmth. Ooh, that's too much red. You can't see this, can you? Yes, you can. So that's definitely not what I want, so I'll start again. Just use a touch of that. Get a bit more, get a bit of Payne's grey in there. I have no idea what if that's going to turn out right. I want it to be quite wishy-washy because it's the church is like quite almost faint compared to the rest of the image. Some part of it, and it stops on the building, but it carries across to above the roof. Right, while it's still wet, I'm going to get a bit more paint spray in there. Get this little separate wash. Actually, I'm going to swap to a smaller brush. So we're going to do a number 8 round. I'm just going to put a little bit of, just touch a bit of texture in there too. I've got the dark edge down there as well, so just to, instead of having a continual texture, this is just breaks it up. Because it's not a perfectly uniform surface. Bit of variety there. Throw a bit of colour in there as well. For no reason, just to give it a bit of interest. Okay. I'll leave that there. So we've got on this side here, we've got some reddish buildings. Let's see how this turns out. Let's get a bit more in there. A bit more colour. It's completely unlike the red I was intending, but I'm happy to go with it. It'll all fade down when it dries. Just do a little few touches here and there with the people. It's possibly a bit too strong, but it's very strong. Take that out. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. Got to put a bit more yellow. Ugh. Far too much. It's going over the top of the blue that I put in there, but I think, yeah, not a good idea. But tell you what, let's just pull that out. There we go. It's better. Stop painting yellow everywhere. Right, we don't want blue anymore. We don't want. What we we need is a bit of, what am I going to go for? Stick in some of the greys, I think, of the roofs. Start with a bit of Payne's grey again. It's my favourite colour. And just touches of red in there. So I'm just gonna. See how that goes. It's too light. Maybe need to let it dry a bit more before I carry on with that. That one's possibly too dark. Can't win, can I? And that comes down there. Paint some of these. Well, it's the shop fronts, but it's difficult to really understand what they are. Because you've got a mixture, especially when you get down to the bottom, you've got a mixture of people. And I can't really see what these people look like or distinguish between them. I'll just make it up. So these are my random people type shapes. Hopefully that will turn into something more meaningful. Try and keep them nice and simple. Otherwise, they'll look like cartoons. We definitely don't want that. I'll leave that as I'm going for a bit dark. I shouldn't be doing the darks at the moment. Let's leave those darks till later. Try and keep this abstract but still structured. There's windows in. Don't like that. Yeah, you shouldn't go back to wet paint. Why keep doing that? Still haven't learnt my lesson yet. Or go put paint over existing. Oh no, I shouldn't do that at all. Right, we don't want to go back with the darks yet. Go slightly lighter for the next side of that roof, and just try and leave that white line there to distinguish between the two sides. I mean, the colour distinguishes between the two sides, but that helps. It needs to be darker, but we can do that later. Just want to get a bit more dark down there. Oops. See, what I did there was I put in some very wobbly lines, big fat chunky lines, and that looks just terrible. These look terrible, so I'm just going to wash them out, turn that into a big mucky mess. I need to let that dry, otherwise it will turn into a big swamp. And it's already not far from that now. Right, I'm going to just a bit of darks under here with a bit of yellow. Stick a bit of red in there, just as general busyness really, and to perhaps highlight some potential places where people's heads are. I don't want to be too. Well, I don't want to be too precise, and definitely not being too precise. Let's just fill that in. Don't want too much white there, because otherwise it'll be too bright and take attention away from what is actually supposed to be here. As in, we're supposed to be looking at the church, not the people. I don't want to drag your attention away. Don't like that. But, I think I've a tendency. I shouldn't. I'm using. I think I'm kind of using the wrong brush. Okay, we need to move on to the slate roof. So it's just Payne's grey again. Let's tip that up to try and make it flow a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to let that sit and dry for a bit. Okay, I think we're dry enough now. Now, I'm going to do some fine detail. I've got on these lampposts and all the darks around here. I want to give some nice sharp edges. So, I've got a number 4 round, or this number 4 rigger. So I'm going to try the rigger first. And see what damage I can do. I've never used a rigger before. I've never done much fine detail. I'm going to start at the bottom, just in case it goes really badly. Sitting on the paper very well. It's bubbling. Oops. I'm actually taking this colour now straight from the pan, because it is not behaving how I'd like. I think that's partly due to the paper. Look at that, it's kind of it's like it's a like a resist on that, like a wax resist, but a bit of grease, or is it, maybe it's just the pencil that's preventing it from soaking in. We'll carry on going. I'm actually holding my breath as I'm doing this. Need to breathe. Yeah, blimey. How's that looking? Yeah, they're a little thicker at the bottom. It's very difficult to pull out, quite dark. Oh, no. I realised my mistake. I should have started on this side and walked over and got my hand on the wet paint. I have to be very careful here. Too thick. Too thick. breathe again. Breathe, breathe. Okay. Right. Get some lines under this. Don't make them too sharp, just where the guttering is. I'm not going to put any of this on the church because the church is in the background. I'm saying that for more for my benefit than for your benefit. Otherwise I will mess it up. I'm not sure this is how you're supposed to use a rigger, but I quite like doing this. It's giving it a nice, a bit more character to the line. Although I do tend to hold my breath a lot. Risk a bigger brush. Actually, I'm not going to use that brush. I was going to use a round, but I've got a number 6 flat shader. Actually, let's get them. These are all brand new brushes I've never used before, so just going to break them in. I'm going to use this flat for this shop canopy here. It gives you nice sharp edges at the edge, rather than the big round blobby ones, which I did up here and almost ruined it. Yeah. See? Normally, if I was painting this, I'd move the paper around, but for filming, try not to, and that's kind of messed up a little bit there because I don't want a wavy edge, I want a straight edge. The sharp edges there. There's a nice dark shadow there. Right. It's a lot better. I'm going to move the paper. This is the wrong angle for me. better. Just a suggestion of the windows. General busyness there. Okay, there we go. Lamp post is not the greatest, but does it matter? Yeah, does a little bit. I'm trying to just distinguish that chimney from the church in the background. I'll put a bit of just make it slightly different because it's the same colour as the. Leave it alone. There we go. Get rid of that. Right, what are we going to do next? I think I'm going to risk a little bit of work on the church. Just to bring it out a little bit more on the clock face. I'll leave the church where it is now. I think that's enough. He says, and then goes back and adds more. Okay, leave them alone. I'm just doing general business down the bottom. I'm not really going to try and make out individual people, but just try and give the impression of busy. A bit more dark in there. Just to be careful where you go. It's nice to have straight lines. Now I think this is a point where I start to overwork it. It's so tempting to put more stuff in there. But I think I'm going to leave it. Because otherwise it is... I'm going to leave that there. I'm quite happy with the outcome. I think the church, the church tower especially, came up well, and how I wanted it to. The church roof is a bit meh. I think the mistakes I made with using the round brush to do my stretch edges, I think I will no longer do in the future. On the right hand side, I don't like some of those marks I've made, but I see no benefit to trying touching them up and trying to improve them. So, all in all, not too bad. I'll call that done. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.